June, where are you going?
It wouldn't matter to you.
Martha! Oh, Martha!
Yes, sir, Mr. John.
Where's Mrs. Wyatt?
Miss June's done gone.
You mean she's left the house? She was here, but she's left?
That's it, Mr. John. She just said goodbye to me.
Well, didn't she say anything else?
No, she didn't say nothing. That man just loaded her bags in the taxi and out she went.
But she must have said something about where she was going.
Oh, sir, she just said she was in a hurry and she had better hurry because that's the last train to Reno.
Reno? Reno, my hat.
Well, my dear lady, with all these details, I'll be glad to take your case.
And it won't take long, Mr. Garrett?
6 weeks is all.
6 weeks? Well, that's terribly long.
It's a shame, Mrs. Wyatt. But, personally, my opinion is that it shouldn't take any longer to get divorced than it does to get married.
That would be lovely.
And why should it? Why? You don't know? No reason. No reason at all.
And you'll do everything as quickly as you can, Mr. Garrett?
Oh, of course, Mrs. Wyatt. There is the question of a retainer.
Oh, naturally. I understand.
Of the entire matter, we will say $500. So I'd suggest $200 as a retainer.
There you are.
And here is your receipt.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Wyatt. Now you're as good as a single woman already. Adrian Garrett never failed.
I beg your pardon?
Yes?
Mrs. Maynard is here.
Mrs. Maynard? Ah, there is a lady that you should meet. Ask Mrs. Maynard in, if you please.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Garrett. I don't know a soul here.
Mrs. Maynard will acquaint you with Reno. Oh, yes, you're from Los Angeles. A splendid suburban market for Reno. Oh, Mrs. Maynard. Delighted.
Mr. Garrett, I hope that I'm not intruding.
Not at all, Mrs. Wyatt. Mrs. Maynard. Sisters under the skin, eh?
It's awfully nice meeting you, Mrs. Wyatt.
Thank you, Mrs. Maynard.
Oh, just call me Gwen. It's not my real name, but then you know no one here is called by their real name. Well, let's see. We'll have to get a name for you. How would you like Margaret? No. Well, then, Mary. No. Peggy. Peggy, that's it.
Well, that's thrilling. Peggy.
The last name doesn't matter. You know, they have so little value in Reno.
It's all quite bewildering to me, yes.
I know. We all have to get over the first shock of it. But don't let it last too long.
I don't think I quite understand.
Well, it's this way, Peggy. You mustn't sit around worrying and brooding, or you'll miss a lot of fun. When you get here, you're starting on a new life. So start quickly. You forgot to comb your hair. You know, the first time I came to Reno, I was an awfully silly thing. If you can believe it, I was afraid to spend 6 weeks here. And my clothes, well, my dear, they were just terrible. You'd have just thought I was one of the help.
You're right, Gwen. Well, I've turned the corner. The new life can't start too soon. For Peggy.
That's the Reno spirit, Peggy.
Mrs. Maynard, would you assure Mrs. Wyatt that I am reliable,
Oh, don't
speedy?
mind him. Oh, he's always selling an idea. At that, there are worse lawyers in Reno.
There. You see, Mrs. Wyatt, you have come to the right place.
Yes, there are worse ones, but I haven't heard of them.
Hey, Reg, I'm going to have to take a vacation from this place.
What for?
I'm getting so fat.
I hadn't noticed it. Hasn't hurt me a bit.
Really?
Here's a little drink I got all made for you. And that's in there.
Hey, Reg, how did you happen to be here in Reno?
Well, I'll tell you, Doris. It was like this. It was on a very cold night. And my wife ups and runs away with my dancing partner. Now, can you imagine any woman running away from me?
Not on a cold night.
Park the body right here. Say, listen, I just happened to think it wasn't a cold night. Oh, it was a hot night.
Hot night? Are you bragging?
You know that ranch of yours must be a wonderful spot.
Oh, wonderful. Full of cows. You must come and stop a week with me sometime, Ron.
Oh, yes, sir. I will.
Yes, do that. Do that.
She plays well. She looks well.
I knew you'd appreciate her, Roy. You're always so appreciative when there's a beautiful woman.
Oh, she's more than that. She's a gorgeous creature.
Oh, go.
Pretty. I mean, you.
Thanks, anyway.
You're Peggy, aren't you?
Why, no.
No.
Oh, yes. Peggy, of course. You remember.
I'm Roy.
Thanks. I didn't remember.
Oh, you should have.
Should I?
Mm-hmm. I'm dining all alone tonight.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry.